There we go.
Hello, bitches.
Hello.
Happy
Wow.
Tuesday.
One of those like intro videos.
I know we got like shown up with Kyle too. Like, damn.
Yeah.
And Brett. They both have cool ones.
Period.
We're just, hey,
I'm like, is it
Hey.
working? That's the intro.
are we live?
I'm gonna
Hello.
tweet that we're live. Don't mind me.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all know from Pitch Perfect? And he's singing, he's like, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Now let me see that booty work. Yeah, left cheek, right cheek. I sing that all the time at work. Left cheek, right cheek. I don't
I'm here
I
for
don't
it.
know why I shared that with the class, but
The class.
With the
With
whole
the
class.
the whole ass class.
The class.
Class.
Right.
Should we just talk about like what we've watched recently before we jump into the
I'm
topic?
The
down.
huge.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, I watched No Exit yesterday. I'm not giving any spoilers for people who have not seen it, but it was my favorite horror film of the year, personally. I have not read the book, but I don't know if it was because I was stoned out of my mind watching it, but that movie literally freaked me the fuck out. Like, the twists were like something like I personally never seen before. And if you know, you know. But otherwise, like, watch it. Like, that was like the best twist I've seen since Your Next. That's just my opinion.
That's
And I feel
bold.
like Your Next is quite a twist film for me. So I feel like that kind of like knocked it out of the park. So now I'm interested in reading the book. It wasn't very gory, like it was more like suspense, but even if you're not under the influence, watch the movie. It was amazing. So that's all I got. So you next is.
I watched yesterday. I watched The Perfection for the stream, which we'll talk about later. But I enjoyed that. I watched Secret Window Saturday. It's like a Johnny Depp movie. I didn't realize it was like a Stephen King sort of adaptation. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. And then after that, I watched Silver Bullet for the first time, another Stephen King adaptation. I was just a little marathon for myself, but Silver Bullet was a lot of fun. I'm glad I watched it finally. And I watched Dashcam. I don't think I talked about that last time, but I watched Dashcam. I did not like it.
I'm hearing very, very mixed reviews about it. So I was actually really curious to hear how you felt about it.
So, like, I know a lot of people don't like the movie because of the main character, like the main girl, because she's very, like,
I haven't
tough
seen it.
and,
So.
like,
Is it Micah?
that. And, no, I don't know what her name is. Her name is the same name, actually, from the movie. I think it's Annie something.
Oh, I'm gonna
But
with someone then.
she's very, like, no, like, she's like a Karen in a way. Like, she won't wear her mask. She's, like, making fun of, like, important subjects, you know? And, like, that's not even why I didn't like the movie. Like, I found her funny because it was so over the top with what she was, like, spewing. I thought it was kind of, like, making fun of, like, how extreme people can be. But, like, besides that, I feel like the movie just did nothing. Like, I was just like, where are we going with this? And then it just kind of ended, and I was just like, okay. But the character is really unlikable, but she's kind of fun for me to hate, you know? And
Yeah.
then, like, the actress is, like, kind of like that in real life. I found that out afterwards. Like, some of the beliefs in the movie, she actually believes herself, and I was like, oh,
Girl, you watch it.
okay, interesting. But yeah, I thought it was just not, I don't know. And it's only like 80 minutes, but I still found myself like checking the time. Because, like, oh my god, like, I'm ready to be done with this movie. So I did not care for it too much. Unfortunately, I was excited for it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same people that did Host, and I really enjoyed Host, and some of the people from Host are also in this movie, which is really cool to see. But yeah, besides that, I didn't really care for it. I didn't know what was going on.
Me. Anything
But
else? You guys watch before we to Mia?
I think that's it for me.
Okay. Last night I watched The Ritual. Another Netflix original I won't talk about right now. But I watched the movie Happiness. You really can't find that streaming. I had to go to like some sketchy website to watch it. You can't even like rent it or anything. Perfect. And I would not recommend anybody watches it. It was so uncomfortable, and it's about some really unsavory things, and it's just, I understand why it's not available to watch anywhere. The DVD is like $50 on Amazon.
What?
And it's got like pretty famous people in it. It's got Philip Seymour, and it's got the dad that poisons the kid in Trick or Treat. He's like the main guy. He's the most fucked up one in the whole movie.
Can I ask, not to cut you off, is it kind of like the vibe of Martyrs? Because now it's starting to sound familiar.
It's nothing like gory.
Okay.
But it has to do, it's like three sisters, and it shows each of their lives and each of the struggles in their life, whatever. But the guy that I just said, the guy from Trick or Treat, his main thing is like pedophilia, and it does not hold back on that, and it was very hard to watch. Like I nearly shut it off a few times.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. I'm intrigued.
And then I saw Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh, I still see it.
Nice.
I made my mom come with me, and she fell asleep like 6 times, but
Crying.
I liked it. She's never seen Bob's Burgers before, but
I'm pretty upset that I haven't gone yet.
Damn.
I mean, I liked it, but the weird parts of it for me were like, they had like musical numbers, like straight up like coordinated like musical numbers. And I was like, wow, what?
They planned this hoe.
But it was good. I mean, I love Bob's Burgers, so of course I thought it was good. But Victoria.
I'm only gonna run down 2 that I saw this week because they're the only ones that I remember pretty well. The first one actually was a Netflix original that just came out. It's not horror, so it's not in my list. It's Hustle, the new Adam Sandler movie. He's basically like a basketball recruiter. It's probably not the right word. Girl, I don't know sports. But
I thought you were just gonna say basketball.
He was a basketball. He was good. But it was actually really good. I like Adam Sandler. He's been releasing bangers lately. Like, he's Not Here to Play. Uncut Gems, good. He's going to be in the next Safdie Brothers movies as well, apparently. I gave Hustle like 4 stars out of 5. Solid. I thought it was good. Even if you're not into like sports movies, I don't know. It was just good. I liked it.
Oh.
And then the other one I'm going to talk about is the other night I saw the new Jurassic World, and it was not great.
I've heard nothing but terrible things.
Yeah.
Like, Chris Pratt is not, I don't know if anyone saw Tony upload like a little snapshot review. Like, Chris Pratt is just, I don't know what he's doing. He's a great actor, but I don't know. He just like doesn't seem to care in this movie. I don't know. Maybe he just gets overshadowed because there's so many other actors. Like, they brought him back, Laura Dern, all these other legacy characters. Jeff Goldblum. In it. I don't know. They were the best part of it, though. I kind of wish they would have found a way to only have the legacy characters, like it's just their movie. I think it would have been a lot more interesting. Bryce Dallas Howard does some good acting, but I mean, the best part for me was there's some baby dinosaurs. Like, and I don't know if y'all saw the tweet. Someone made a tweet that the director was threatening audiences with a 4th movie. I was like,
I saw that.
The wording.
Not threatening.
I didn't like really enjoy Fallen Kingdom either, because also there's that one scene. I don't know if everyone's seen Fallen Kingdom, but there's a scene where a dinosaur gets left behind, and I am
crying
if I think of it for too long. Oh my god! But the first Jurassic World I do enjoy, so I don't know. I didn't go into this one with high hopes, but I mean, the dinosaur scenes are always cool, so I give it like 2.5.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm gonna go see Black Phone tomorrow. I'm excited.
Nice.
That's about it.
Period. I saw this is random. I saw Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker got invited to a private event for Black Phone. And it was kind of iconic, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They were black and like everything. And I was surprised because you don't really see stuff like that. I know it's like out of the ordinary, but I don't really see like commonly names used to go to an event like that. So it was kind of interesting to
Yeah,
see.
why are they going?
I know. I'm like, go off though. I'm not
Invite me.
Period.
I'll join.
Like after the movie, she was like sitting in the theater, and the guy with the mask was just like walking back and forth in the movie theater, like and like blocking people almost from coming out, trying to freak them out, and popping out of a car. I'm like, honey, I would have pissed my pants. But
No, I don't play with that shit. Let me out.
right.
All right. So for anyone that doesn't know the topic, even though it's on YouTube, maybe you're just in, we are going to be talking about Netflix originals, specifically horror Netflix originals. I do have one on here that's like kind of an honorable mention because it's more of like a true crime. So if we get to it, I will say it. But yeah, otherwise, that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
Holly Klein also wants to talk about Eddie from Stranger Things, and I'm sure we will get into it as we go down the list.
That's another thing I
Not
watched.
on
I watched
season
Stranger
4,
Things.
okay.
Oh yeah, I did watch season 4, even though everyone knows I have not seen the series. Season 4.
Season 4. What's going on?
That's all I know.
Fine.
Bro, you got some homework. I got through the first 2 seasons in like a week. You can do it.
It's so good. Like, boop boop. Next episode. So
Yes.
you should watch it when you get the chance.
Yeah. Like Tony's gonna make me sit down and watch it soon here.
I'm trying to make my boyfriend watch it, and his ass falls asleep every time. And then I stay up. I stay up for like 4 more hours watching it. So I've seen the same episodes of season 1 because he's never seen it. So I've watched the first half of season 1 like 3 times in the past 2 weeks because like I just stay up and watch it, and he will not watch it, and it really makes me mad because like I want to talk to him about season 4 and I can't. And I always try to go to show him something. I'm like, that's a spoiler. I cannot show him this. So I feel Tony right now. I feel it.
Definitely.
Who wants to go first?
I will begin. Okay. So I kind of want to mention this, and I know it's like true crime, but I feel like it kind of fits with it, but it's just something I really want to talk about. And that is the extremely wicked, shockingly evil Zac Efron played for Ted Bundy.
I forgot about that one.
I had to put that one down because I've seen a lot of movies that try to portray serial killers, and I just want to put a disclaimer. Just because we watch or mention these things doesn't mean we glamorize or idolize serial killers. We're standing with the victim, so I do want to put that disclaimer in here. If we're talking about anything that triggers anybody or that bothers you, here is your trigger warning. But otherwise, so pretty much Zac Efron portrays Ted Bundy. And by far the best portraying of a serial killer I've ever personally seen. And you could really tell like he studied the crimes itself because I read the book. His girlfriend wrote, I think it's like notes from a stranger, and pretty much it's her telling her whole side of the story. And she also has an Amazon documentary explaining what she went through if anyone's interested. And pretty much after reading that book and going compared to this film, like everything was like shot by shot what actually happened. And I feel like sometimes when we try to portray a specific role, it kind of gets twisted into something else. And I don't know if that's out of respect for the family, kind of like the Sharon Tate thing with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But yeah, I recommend it, and that's one of my favorites. So, and I don't want to talk too long about it because I love it so much. So, Destiny, you are next.
All right. I'll just go with one. Probably one of my favorites is Cam. I watched Cam this year sometime a couple months ago, and I really enjoyed it. And it's probably one of the scarier movies that I've seen just because I feel like, whoa, like that is terrifying. Seeing yourself, but it's not yourself, that's really fucking scary. And I feel like that could really happen. I mean, we're on social media a lot, you know. And whenever I think you're doing more social media stuff and you watch a movie like this, it's like, oh fuck. I hope that never happens to me. But
Right.
I thought Cam was great. I thought because it was made by a woman who used to be like a cam girl, and so like I feel like it's very like true to like what it is, you know. Like I don't think it's like trying to make it like hyper sexy or anything like that, or like super like, oh yeah, like we're gonna get the guys in, you know. I feel like it's really like a woman's tale of what she's going through when she pretty much gets hacked. But Cam is great. It is really stylized. It's really pink and it has like a lot of those girly vibes to it, which I love. But it's also really gory, really fucking creepy. Like I got the chills watching it, and I don't. That usually doesn't happen for me. But there's something about that movie that just scared me. But Cam, I think, is amazing. And the lead actress, I don't know her name, but she is amazing because it's mainly focused on her the whole time.
Madeline Brewer.
And yes,
I have it
she's
written down.
fantastic.
She's in Orange is the New Black, isn't she?
Looks completely different. She's the girl with the braids. And I was just
Yeah.
like, holy shit. Looks like two different people. But she's amazing, and I think the movie's really, really great.
I mean, deep fakes are like a real thing, like a very real problem. So it's super realistic. So when you watch these movies that are like really could happen to anybody, it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty terrifying.
It just is kind of just sad because it's like I understand as females this is like a decision we're making with trying to become comfortable, and also there's sex workers I want to say too that are like literally not capable of working a physical job, so the fact that they're comfortable being able to do these things and that is their form of income, I have like a lot of respect for them, but also it just sucks that like I'm gonna say women and men too in sex work and trans etc, like nobody's safe, so it kind of sucks, you know.
It does. All she's doing is working. She's
Yeah.
literally just making a living, and then it gets fucking taken away from her, and like the cops don't believe her.
Yep.
They're like, oh no. And it's like, you fucking assholes. Like, because that's what would happen. Like, well, we can't really do anything, even though this is her whole like livelihood. She put everything into this, and someone else is portraying her. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Agreed.
Let me get my list up. I'm
Love
obviously always very.
that.
I'll go with Hush because I know Hush
Oh, Hush. Okay.
by your favorite Midnight Mass director.
No, Flanagan.
Flanagan.
Hush is a very unique film, and I believe it came out before Don't Breathe. So the kind of like sensory theme is really one of like the first I saw with Hush, because when you think about it, you don't usually think about people with disabilities getting broken into, like their homes being broken into. But when you see she's completely deaf and like she's no perception of like if somebody's walking behind her or if like a door is opened or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to the vibe of Don't Breathe for me, but I really liked Hush probably a little bit more than Don't Breathe because she's also a badass in that movie. She's no damsel in distress.
She
Yeah,
is
true.
amazing. Whenever she signs, like, she's like, I know, like, the only thing that she can do, and it was just, like, kill him or, like, whatever. I was like, shit is about to go down. That movie's so good. So freaking good.
I haven't seen that in a while. I kind of want to rewatch it now.
I know. I watched it when it flooded here with Hurricane Harvey. I watched it at my aunt's house. But that was the last time I saw it, but it's really good.
I forgot the actress's name, but she always kills it.
Kate Siegel.
Kate Siegel?
Yes.
I told you I
Yeah.
was saying last night in your group chat. I got to write actors down, or else it's just that person from that thing.
That person
cool
from
with
the other
that.
thing.
Okay. My twin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is actually a TV show, but I'm gonna specifically probably only talk about the first season because that's the only one that was good. Produced by Eli Roth. I'm gonna talk about Hemlock Grove, which ran from 2013 to 2015. Starred Bill Skarsgård. Period. Madeline Brewer, who was in it in the last season, I believe. The girl from Cam, the girl from Orange is the New Black. Someone said she was in The Handmaid's Tale. Um, some other notable cast, they have Landon LeBoyrin, who was in Truth or Dare. He played the guy that like brought them up to the cave in Mexico. Lily Taylor, who was the mom in The Conjuring. Like, get your bag, first of all. And M.P. Jensen, who obviously is an iconic girl. Basically, the first season I like the best. I feel like that's a common theme with shows like this. There's brutal murders happening in their town. Bill Skarsgård plays like the heir to this massive empire, and they basically have to work to solve the murders, but they're also respectively vampires and like werewolves. He's got like an extremely disfigured sister who's in it, but she's kind of like, I don't know how to word this. She's like the only one in the town with like a really good heart, but is also kind of one that's treated the worst. There's like kind of a storyline. I feel like I have a lot of things in my list that like fall under religious themes. Bill Skarsgård's cousin claims to be pregnant by an angel. Like it's hard to explain. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I really, really enjoyed it. The gore was good. Obviously produced by Eli Roth. You really can't go wrong. A lot of actors in here that like really got not their breakout, but like, you know, Lily Taylor was then in The Conjuring. Madeline Brewer was then in Orange is the New Black. Bill Skarsgård obviously went on to be Pennywise. I don't know. I really like it. It's like really gothic. It's really dark. It's very Eli Roth. If you know Eli Roth's movies, it feels dark. Like I said, God, I keep repeating myself, but it's good. There's a few horror references in there as well. There's like Night of the Living Dead references in there. So I don't know. It kind of goes downhill after that, obviously, after that season. But I do definitely recommend the first season to anyone. It's like one of my favorite first seasons in TV.
I actually never knew that was produced by Eli Roth.
Yeah,
I watched it when it was like first out,
mm-hmm.
and like everybody was like, "You watch that show?" Like somebody saying like that about Twilight because
oh my god.
But it's like, I get it. It's cheesy, but it's good.
Come on now, exactly.
It's a good cheesy.
Yeah, I didn't watch it for the first time until after I saw it because my friend was talking about Bill Skarsgård, and I was like, "Let me hop on this."
Literally me. That's why I watched it.
Right? Okay.
I said, Bill Skarsgård, I will watch the whole series then. I only watched like the first like 5 episodes of the first season because I just really couldn't. Like I was really trying to like stay into it because of Bill Skarsgård, but I was just like, I don't know what's going on because there's so many like different things happening like with the families.
Yeah.
But from what I was watching, like the first couple episodes, I really did enjoy. And like I said, one stream, like it opens up with like a sex scene with Bill Skarsgård. I was like, okay, this is how we're starting. But yeah,
yeah, like
it was a good show.
The first season was good, which is obviously why I want to talked about that one. But like, you know, after that, you know, something happens where someone's got an accent for some of it, and then after something happens and they don't have the accent anymore, they change actors a few times for a certain character. I'm like, I can't. That's why you're only on for 3 seasons. But okay, sure, go for it.
I want to address one comment, which I think is false. Gabe said nobody ever talks bad about Twilight.
Talk bad about it, basically. He's one.
I was bullied growing up for loving Twilight.
I love Twilight.
I love it.
It's another cheesy good one. I don't know why it's good, but it is.
It's good. It's like comfort.
It shouldn't be good, but it is. It brings me back to like going to midnight showings back when they had midnight showings.
Going to Hot Topic to get a shirt for the movie because you knew it was cool. Like, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Shit, even Walmart had some. I got like a New Moon t-shirt from Walmart.
Yeah.
And Breaking Dawn Part 2 is like one of my favorite movie experiences I've ever had. That theater, we were all fucking jaw on the floor during that scene. We're like, oh my god.
That whole fight scene, and then it ended up not being real. We literally all were like, what the fuck? Like, because
everyone's just like, oh my god. It was so much fun because, like, you know, like most of those people, some of them, they didn't want to be there. You know, it was like I went with my stepmom and her husband. Her husband didn't want to be there, but even he was like, oh my god, what is going on? So it was good. Team Jacob.
Hi, Nick.
Oh,
All right, so I'm gonna move on to a TV show, and it is horror related, in my opinion. But I'm gonna talk about Squid Games. Um, this show goes hard, in my opinion. But I will say it took the second time for me to watch it. I hated it when I first watched it. I thought it was ass, and then I waited a year and I tried it again, binged it all in a day, and pretty much it's, I'm sure everybody knows, but pretty much it's a bunch of people getting killed off because they want an amount of money. But the kills are what make the show, in my opinion. It's quite graphic. I think it's really well done. I love the characters. Very emotionally attaching, good twist as well. But again, it's just the kills and like watching everybody freak out because like if one small thing is wrong, like that's it, they're out, like you're dead. But just watching a bunch of people get brutally shot is quite intense. But obviously only season 1 is out and season 2 will be out, I believe, October this year. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I really recommend it and I think it's really 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 good. Obviously it's dubbed, so when they talk it looks weird unless you want to watch subtitles and they use their language. But other than that, it's really freaking good, and I'm glad I tried it out a second time, and I recommend it.
Period. That reminds me of another one that is I can't remember if it's a Netflix original. I think it might be. I can't remember if it's dubbed or subtitled. Either way, I think it's called We Are All Dead, and it's like a zombie breakout happens at school. I
yeah.
saw the first episode. I really want to keep watching it, but I
Yeah,
can't remember if it's Netflix original or not. But that's what it kind of reminds me of for some reason.
definitely.
Just like about it being possibly dubbed when I feel like it should be subtitled.
Right?
Mhm. All right. So my next pick, which is definitely like probably my favorite, like my actual real favorite, and that is Stranger Things. I cannot stop talking about it. It's all I talk about at work. And I'm ready for Mia to get to season 4 to talk about season 4 because it's so good, but without spoilers. Um,
It was
I
the best season.
Season 4 is so good. It
I didn't even
is
get over
dark.
yet.
It is like
I
it.
thought season 3 knocked it out of the park, and then 4 happens.
Amen.
Fuck all of you. Like literally, that ship gone for season 3. Season 4, period. But go on, Queen.
I love it. I love it. I didn't watch Stranger Things when it first came out because I think I was a senior in high school, and my friend was like in love with it. And she would always like talk about it, and I was like, oh, like I'm not really into series, which I'm really not into series. I rather just watch movies than watch a whole series. But finally, I watched it, and I'm really glad I did because um, it's like one of those things where like I'm really in it when it comes out, and then I don't really go back to rewatch it or anything. I'm just like, okay, and then it happens with each episode. Each episode, I'm like, whoa, cool. But with this season, I feel like they just really outdid themselves. The there's not necessarily like gore, but there's like brutal deaths, and like those are great. All the horror references throughout all the seasons, but especially this one, are amazing. The soundtrack for every season is so good. I've been listening to season 4 at work, like on repeat every single day, because it's fantastic. But I just also Eddie, my boy, I love him so much. He is so cute. So yeah, I'm really excited for volume 2. I've been trying to plan out how I'm gonna watch it, and I might wake up super early before work and try to binge the last 2 episodes before I have to go to work at 6 a.m.
Right.
because like I need to watch this
Yeah.
as soon as I can. But yeah, Stranger Things.
I can't remember his name. What is the his name? The dude that's like super stoned and the really long dark hair. What is his name again?
Argyle.
Y'all want Eddie? I'll take Argyle. That's my man's. I
Dude, he's
love
so
his
funny.
person. He's so funny. It's just like his whole like anything he says is just so fucking extra and dramatic. But I love it. And like he's just I love him.
I feel like the new additions to the cast, like the ones that we're supposed to like, which is like Eddie and then Argyle. I feel like them being added are just great. I love both of them.
Yeah, you know what? That song's going crazy for real. Like,
That's all I hear on TikTok.
it's
Yeah.
all I hear.
Literally.
Am I a little bit like, I'm done hearing it? Yes, but go off.
It's a good song.
I'm at work listening to it on repeat. I'm
Yes,
just
that's
yeah
okay.
in the shower every day because it's like if you hit Stranger Things 4 playlist, it's the first song
Oh,
that comes out.
nice.
So I'm just like constantly. But that song, there's another one. What is it called? It's like a sort of like a stoner song. Because my boyfriend's on TikTok and I'm like, oh, you're hearing that because like it was in Stranger Things, so now it's like everyone's talking about it, but it's so good. I freaking love it. I can't wait till volume 2 and season 5. I'm going to be upset when it ends, especially if it ends like not bad, but like if it ends like crazy, like I don't want anyone to die. That's my thing. Like I'm one of those people like, no, don't touch my characters. I don't care.
Oh, that's me.
But I feel like
I just accept that I'm losing them all.
Listen,
that's the thing. I can't handle it.
ever since Billy, I don't believe anything anymore.
Done.
That's it.
No,
I saw
I
like
can't.
a spoiler where like I thought Hopper was dead, and then I saw something that was like a picture of Hopper in the next like series that comes out. I'm like, so
You
what,
gonna have to
which
find
is
out,
it?
Queen. You
Well,
gonna have
yeah,
to find
but
out.
and that's what I was telling my friend Jess at work because she really wanted to watch season 4, but she hadn't watched season 3, so she went ahead and watched season 4 without watching
Yeah.
season 3.
I just
Might
feel
as
like
well. Let's just go for the end.
Shame.
if you just watch season 3, you'll literally be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I
because
feel.
I feel like with those characters, because like you're saying, Mia, like if you watch the end of season 3, I was on my floor crying, throwing up,
Oh
just to
my
find
god. The
out
fucking
someone
letter?
lives.
The letter? Literally,
I will
I
flip this
never want to
table
watch
right
that
now.
scene again. Yes.
And also, look, I don't care. I know it was for the story. I don't like Susie. I do not like never ending story. That's what we're doing, especially if that one person would have really died. I was like, y'all are singing never ending story when people could have been saved. It's still I sing that all the time? Yes, absolutely. But was I pissed off? And whenever I see her again, it's like I remember. I remember never ending story, okay, but whatever. I'm trying to be on terms with Susie, but I still have something against her for that.
I miss my boy Bob. Bob was
Dude, they did him dirty. They did him dirty.
he
And I was like, oh no, he's fine. And then
Yep.
again on the floor. I was like, no. I just, I'm really nervous for volume 2. I'm really fucking nervous, but
Without
hoping
spoiling
no one dies.
Jesus, take
good.
the wheel. Tragic, honestly.
Without spoiling anything, I feel like even without seeing the other seasons that the last episode of this part of season 4 was probably one of the best episodes of Netflix TV in general. I really liked it a lot. That episode. It was a long one, but it was good. I really liked it.
Yes,
Holly,
I was like, what?
Holly said Steve is my absolute favorite character, and I will riot if anything happens to him. I agree. I really like Steve.
I'll throw up.
Steve's my
But
homie.
I will call out of work because I can't function for the rest of
I
the day.
feel like he might get the chop eventually.
Don't say that, Mia.
I think so too, though.
I
Honestly,
know.
because so many people love him, and he's like an
It's
OG,
gonna hurt.
and like
They're literally gonna tell us, "Fuck your feelings." Gone.
everybody's gonna die.
Yep.
Everybody.
Look, after losing Dewey this year and ultimately
Oh my god.
Cindy, I can't
just
fucking
thinking
handle
that.
anymore, okay?
Dude,
I
I
need
saw
the
that
Duffer
comment.
Brothers to know this. I can't handle it. I will lose my shit if I lose someone else I love in these
I
series.
saw that coming. I knew it was coming, and I saw the movie anyways, and I was like, yep, I fucking knew it.
Yep.
They don't give a shit, though. If Gail would have died, I would have been like, okay, homie, but no, my boy Dewey.
Yeah.
Not the Courtney Cox hate.
I can't do it.
All right, Mia, what is your next pick?
I'm gonna go with In the Tall Grass.
Okay.
With Patrick Wilson. You know I love Patrick Wilson. That movie's whack as fuck, but I liked it. I believe it's a Stephen King adaptation.
Yep.
Yeah.
That movie, from wall to wall, is you are so fucking confused. You don't know what the fuck's happening to the from last second to next second. But that's what I like about it. And I like it has this like a minute spoiler, but like it has the ritualistic vibes in it, which I'm into. But overall, confusing, but very good and worth it in the end to me.
I didn't see that one. I didn't hear very good reviews on it. I think was why
I wasn't crazy, but I'm also the one to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why people don't like it, but it also it's you know, you have to have the taste for it, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. I feel like it's either gonna be your cup of tea or it's not. But do I think it's worth to watch? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I would watch it for just like I think Patrick Wilson can save anything he's in. To be honest.
Honestly.
Yeah. All right, Vicky.
Oh boy, y'all have listed off a lot of my answers, so
I know, same.
Like going through my list, I definitely just gave myself a paper cut. It was good. It was worth it. So let's just get Midnight Mass out of the way.
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah. So as I was writing some of these notes last night and the night before, I was realizing, wow, I never really sat down and like talked about Midnight Mass like and wrote it down before. So obviously another Mike Flanagan, another religious theme, 2021. My first line I literally wrote is, "I will never shut up about Midnight Mass." Honestly, I think it's his best work so far. Like, obviously, it's like centered around religion and personal beliefs. So something that if that's something that like upsets you or triggers you, because it's like not even just religion, it's like extreme religion, in certain cases. Like the whole concept is scary. What they do with it, it's like it's kind of like vampires, but it's kind of up to interpretation. It's like referred to as the angel, like the whole idea in general of what's going on. It's like showing a divide between religion versus people who aren't super religious. Bev Keane, who is played by Samantha Sloyan, who was in Hush actually as well. She came by and delivered Kate Siegel a book. She is like the worst character in TV show, not history probably, but she is so infuriating. She is a massive bitch. Trigger warning for pet death because she does kill a dog. Like she sees it, like takes it upon herself to kind of be, I wouldn't say to be God, but to kind of be
She's
like
playing God. Right.
Yeah, God's like number one, like disciple or like follower, whatever she wants to do. Like she doesn't see anything wrong with anything she does because in her eyes, it's like this is what God wants me to do. She's in the whole series, so you can't get rid of her. She's there every episode being the bitch. But as much as it does follow Riley Flynn, who's played by Zach Gilford, who's been in quite a few other things. I think he was in The Purge Anarchy. I really think that Hamish, I'm going to butcher, Hamish, I think it's Hamish Linklater, who plays Father Paul, the priest. Oh my God, he's the star of the show. He steals the show. He is insane. He does a lot of monologues, which I did see reading online that people had problems with because they were kind of long. But I just think he's unreal. Like this show is so dark. The finale, just I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, because Tony's like, you're saying too much. You're going to spoil it when I was writing my notes. The finale just fills you with dread. Oh
shit.
Do I have to add her? Oh, there we go. It's because she switched to her computer. It's shot beautifully, honestly. There's a lot of really cool scenes. There's a lot. I I struggle to find my words on it because I just really like it. Like, it's really terrifying, not even just in its religious themes and what like the lengths they go to, but like how people can be even without religion. There's a lot of people in this that are like I said, Bev Keane. I don't know. It's like they're like secluded on like a very small island as well, so it's kind of like hive mind, mass hysteria, things like that. That's kind of like
Mhm.
the entire last little bit of it. Again, trigger warning for anyone who hasn't seen it because it is very dark. There's even not, like I mentioned before a million times, I'm not super religious, and even I had to like turn it off at some point because it's a lot. Um, but yeah, like I said, I never really sat down and wrote my thoughts before. But yeah, I want to see Hamish Linklater and way more things. There's another Mike Flanagan one coming out. I think it's called The Midnight Club, and that should be
With
really good.
Heather Langenkamp.
Yep. Heather Langenkamp. His name is escaping me right now, but the guy who played Lonnie in Halloween Kills, who was also in Midnight Mass, is going to be in the Midnight Club as well. I think Bev Keane, Samantha Sloyan is also in it. Zach Gilford. I think like it's giving Rob Zombie because he's using a lot of characters. There's a few other adaptations coming out with the name Midnight in it, so I kind of like what he's doing with that. I would agree with this what Gabe is saying, and I think I really like.
Facts.
I feel like
Facts.
Midnight Mass has been his passion project. I think that's why I like it so much. There's reference to Midnight Mass in most of his work,
Mhm.
including Hush, which we did talk about. Samantha Sloyan specifically comes to deliver her book, and the book is Midnight Mass. So I'm glad he got to make it because it clearly I am its number one supporter. If they have one fan, I am that fan.
I knew you were gonna say
No
that.
fans, I'm dead. That's how I feel about this show. I don't know. I could talk about the show forever, clearly, but I don't know. I really like it.
I very much feel that like watching the show, only some things that are in the show can
This is his
only
name,
come
yes.
from somebody that has actually experienced that religious trauma themselves.
Yeah,
So
like
you
this shit is
can
insane.
tell, yeah, it's like very personal for him because it's like watching it, I've said before, I was raised Catholic in the Catholic Church. So
Yep.
it's like watching this stuff, I'm like, you'd only know about some of this stuff if you were like an active Catholic growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And watching it, I'm like, holy shit, like it's so accurate. Even like the masses, they literally like do real masses in the show, word for word. That's exactly how masses went.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think that's what makes it even more scary because it's so realistic. And then I literally did not even really understand, like it didn't register that it was like a vampire until
Yeah.
I
I don't ever really call it that, I don't think. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that thing is fucking horrifying.
Terrifying.
Like that thing scared the shit out of me. Like in the cave, like when
Oh
he
my
first
God.
sees it, I'm like, oh my god, that's like really fucking scary. And it's like they pay like a little homage to like how in the Bible they describe angels, which are actually horrifying. Like
Yeah.
in the Bible, how they say they're like fucking full of eyeballs and shit.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
they talk about that, I believe, in the series.
Yeah, I think they do.
And it's nice that they at least like bring that stuff up.
I think even too, like the non-religious stuff, because Riley Flynn, who again, like played by Zach, his whole like inner turmoil of what he's done, things he's done, which obviously I don't know. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. And I really want Destiny to watch it because I know she hasn't. Right? Is it just you or Winter? Did you see it?
I couldn't finish it due to
Right,
personal reasons. Mhm.
Right. I just think there's everything, even that doesn't have to do with the words, religion. I don't know. I think it's really good.
Definitely.
It's everything really well. Like people are saying, Mike Flanagan's like one of the best right now,
He's killing it.
for real.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're like so passionate about the show just because like I hear about it, but you're by far the number one stan in my opinion. So even if like I didn't finish it, it's like a breath of fresh air hearing you break down everything. So I
I'm sorry if
appreciate
it's
you doing
upsetting
that.
to you, by the way, that I bring it up since you said you couldn't finish it.
Oh no. Don't worry about that stuff. No, you're good.
Shut
You're
up.
good. No, I wish I could finish it though. Maybe in time, I'll say that. Maybe in time I'll have like a better setting to try it again. But yeah, I'll say here's for the future for trying it again. So
Come on, Mike.
Haunting of Hill House definitely is like his most, acclaimed.
Absolutely.
Like everybody talks about, which like
Mhm.
it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love all three of the series, but for me, probably Midnight Mass is my
Absolutely.
favorite.
Yeah. I'm excited for the next one too. The Midnight Club. So.
I'm
And obviously
excited.
he did Ouija 2, which I don't think is a Netflix original, but still a Mike Flanagan big brain move.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Heather Langenkamp hasn't been in stuff in a while, so
Yeah,
I'm
when
really
you saw
excited.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Winter, go. Sorry, I'll shut up. I'm good.
Oh my God, stop. You can talk as long as you would like. I'm gonna jump outside of the box a little bit and I want to talk about this. And I don't know, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but I'm gonna talk about a documentary called Don't Fuck with Cats.
That's on my list!
Okay. Here, okay, so then we can both chime in on this then.
When
Since
I
we both
talked about it earlier, I said I don't know if it counts as horror, but I have a true crime.
I don't care. I was like, I'm writing it down. No, we can chime in and talk about this then, since we both have it on the list. So let's both talk about it. So pretty much, I'm going to break this down. This is a real case that actually happened not too long ago. But pretty much, it started with the guy getting cats offline and literally murdering them. Yes, and recording it. The scenes for that, I literally physically could not watch. I'm gonna name one thing, but like they vacuum seal the cat. So and it literally went on the internet. And then it turned out him to be a literal murderer. So he started murdering cats and then it went to murdering, but pretty much a Facebook group kind of found the videos on a very out there website because there's sites out there if you want to see someone F a horse. That's the thing. But anyways, so pretty much they got it, and pretty much this lady was pissed, very passionate about cats, and wanting to get to the bottom of who it was. Literally, I mean, this whole team literally investigated the living shit out of this person and literally found him and got him. So it's been on. God, I don't even know how long it's been on Netflix for a hot minute, but other than the beginning scenes,
it came out in 20. Oh my God, where is it? 2019.
Okay, so kind of freshly new, but the only scenes I like would say that are bothering are the cat ones. Otherwise, it's able to get through.
Once they never show like the full scene of the cat dying. They show like the lead up, which is just as upsetting in my opinion. I had to turn away, but I mean, it's still
absolutely. But other than that, I really recommend it because it's actually kind of insane that a group of Facebook people literally discovered a literal animal killer to being a literal murderer.
Yeah.
And fun fact, this is kind of like a spoiler, but I want to talk about it. The mom of him is in delusion. She doesn't think he did it. She thinks this is all like publicity and they have somebody else because he was a gay porn star. So she thinks it's somebody else. Every fucking photo matches the photos on her wall if you watch it. So she thinks he never did it. So I really, 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 really recommend this documentary. It's very out there and you can watch it in one day. I don't remember, is it episodes or it's
like 2 parts, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna recommend it. But again, once you get I keep hitting this thing, and this thing looks like a what is it called? I can't think of the name.
Yep.
A what? No, what is the thing where you stick a thing in it?
A flashlight.
A flashlight. This looks like a flashlight. So I apologize. But yeah, I really recommend it. It's really out there, and just check it out.
Yeah, that movie fucking scarred me because you know what? I think it did come out around Christmas time for some reason. And there's at one point when he's the video started of how he's gonna kill the cats, they've got like, oh my god, I think it's called "This Is Christmas" by I think it's John Lennon. and it's playing in the background, and I'm like, all right, that song's canceled for me. I cannot.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my favorite songs. But yeah, like basically exactly what Winter said. These people like led the police basically because I don't think they were taking them seriously because they're like,
Correct.
oh, well, cats,
Uh-huh.
what do you want us to do, yada yada. But then yeah, he went on to kill Chinese international student Jun Lin.
Yep.
So I mean, it was insane the way they ended up finding him. But I've been
It
telling
truly, truly is, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. It has got to be, besides the Cecile Hotel, which is also what I wrote down, but this has got to be one of the most fucked up realistic cases I have ever watched or been found upon. So like, I really think everybody should watch it, like, because it's not even the fact of like what happened. It's the fact that a bunch of strangers literally took the time out of their day. They don't even live in the same state or the country and literally broke down a murder. But it lets you know like how useful social media can be, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, you know what I mean? Like it just goes to show like internet does suck, but literally the internet is how people are solving cases. And for example, like TikTok, like what's that girl that got killed recently? I can't think of his name, and the parents weren't a part of it. She got killed at a park. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
It was just recent. I can't think of her name. And he ended up killing himself.
Damn.
I can't remember the name, but it happened. But TikTok was a big reason and ended up finding like the girl's truck in a forest. Like people were taking the time out of their day to find this girl's belongings and hoping she was in there. But again, once again, social media being useful for things like that. But I'm gonna let Des go. But yeah, check it out.
All right, next, I'm going to go with the Fear Street trilogy. I really love all of these movies. I didn't watch 1994 that first week it came out. Because like everyone was talking about it, everyone was super hyped for it, and I was like, I'll get around to it. But that next Friday when 78 came out, I had to go, like, I was at work early, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll start like 94. I have nothing else to do. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Because like I love these sort of teen pop-ish horror movies. Like I do love a good teen horror movie. I'm just a sucker for them. And so it was just a really fun time, just like being on Twitter. Like I tweeted out like not that long ago, but like to see everyone so excited and like getting ready for the next one and stuff. It was just so much fun to see so many people like come together and we're like collectively pretty like ecstatic for this. But I thought 94 is pretty good. 78 is my favorite. And 1666 was so good. That was the one I was like least looking forward to just because like I don't really like period pieces really. And I was like, oh, that's kind of different, 1666. But the way it all comes together and like there's so much attention to detail and the fact they shot all three movies in like 3 months. It was all pretty back to back and they came out as well as they did. And also, the lady that directed them is married to one of the Duffer brothers from Stranger Things, which is pretty cool. But and she like wasn't even supposed to do one of the movies, and then something happened with scheduling, so she had to direct it. But the way there's just so much attention to detail, and there's cool stuff. You're like, if you watch closely, and you watch the next movie, you're like, oh, this is that same location from the previous movie. So I really like stuff like that. A lot of detail, the way all the storylines kind of come together in the end, I thought were pretty great. I was crying during 1666. Wasn't expecting to cry, but I did. But I loved all the movies, and there's like some Stranger Things cast in it, which is really cool to see. There's the guy that plays Oscar from Halloween 2018. He's in 78, so that was really cool to see. Just to see all these other people we kind of see in horror here and there. Yeah, yeah. Sadie Sink, amazing. Yeah, Maya Hawke in '94, fantastic. But it's just a lot of fun. I really want to give them another watch here soon, just because I enjoyed them so much. But yeah, the Fear Street trilogy, I'm ready for some more. I'm ready for another sort of trilogy.
I like that it felt fresh, but like it also feels nostalgic because a lot of these movies, especially like 94, has big screen vibes. 78, obviously, giving Friday the 13th, like things like that. And like 78 was my favorite as well. But there's a few scenes in 1666 that I really really like. Like there's one scene, I forget exactly what she says near the end, but it's when he's about to hang. Oh my god. Okay, spoiler.
That's a head.
When he's about to hang Sarah Fear, and she says something like, "I will follow you forever." I said, "Period, bitch." I love
She
that
does.
monologue that she gave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah,
Tears.
I really like it a lot. There's a lot of good representation in it too. Obviously, the two main characters are lesbian, which is great to see. You don't, I mean, not that you don't see a lot of it, but it's nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No, I
and
agree with that.
the director, she spoke out like about that, saying like, like this has always been around, it just hasn't been represented and stuff.
Yeah,
And so
Mhm.
1666, you still have lesbians,
yeah,
so
Yep.
like this always goes back, it just wasn't shown because it wasn't okay. And
yeah,
so she
Mhm.
put
Agree.
this out there for people to see, like this is what it would have been like, we just never really
Mhm.
get to see that. And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
like she has a point. And yeah, I love them. Mia, you haven't seen them, right?
Mm-mm.
oh,
I say just
Girl.
take a day
We
and
just
just
talked
binge them.
about this in the
Ah.
group chat.
Oh my
I thought
god.
maybe last night you stuck them in somewhere.
all three.
You should just
Wait.
take a day and binge them
Oh
because it's
yeah.
like it's
Period.
worth it. It's worth
Yes.
it because it's just beautiful.
Fun fact I did want to mention is I'm not sure if people know this already. The theaters were actually supposed to get it, and it was supposed to be
Yep.
one big film, and Netflix got it. And then I saw Gabe's comment. I saw they're actually in the talks of doing more.
Oh, I just saw
Hmm.
that too. I
Yes,
think the
yes.
theater was supposed to be like kind of the same idea, only it would have been one a month in the summer. But then,
Okay.
yeah, because obviously, I don't know if it was pandemic related, but
Mhm.
Netflix did them a week apart instead, which I enjoyed because I cannot wait.
Oh yeah.
It was just like so much fun. Like 3 new horror movies,
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row that are all tied together, but still their own in a way. So
Yeah.
Tony just told me the reason it ended up not going to theaters is because the studio that originally had it did not like the movie, so they dumped it to Netflix.
Bitch. All
So,
right.
right?
people do shit on Netflix, but
Yeah.
sometimes they
You know
really
what? You know
really
what? Would I
change
have
stuff.
would I have liked to see it in the theater? Yes, I really fucking would. But in times of the pandemic, I won't be mad that it went to Netflix.
There was something about
No, you
watching
could
it
just
too.
sit on the couch.
It kind of felt like a movie you would rent from Blockbuster.
Yes.
Especially
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
I agree.
It was
In
just so like,
response,
huh?
sorry, you go.
I would say like it's just accessible, like anyone can just watch this at home. You don't have to leave your house, and it just really came at like such a great time for it to happen. And I think
Yep.
that's another reason why everyone was talking about it because like, oh my god, something new. We can just it's on
Oh,
Netflix.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for more.
me too.
Same. Same.
And to Brett, I would watch it this weekend, but I'm gonna be at a horror con all weekend, so
Watch
I'll
it
watch
there.
them
That's a good
eventually.
excuse.
While
I've
you
been
walk
wanting.
around.
Just as a
Sorry, I'm
convention.
busy.
Hold on.
Sorry.
She said,
I've
"I'm
been
busy.
meaning to
I'm
watch
meeting
them.
celebrities."
I'm just. It's like when I'm watching a series and I know all of the seasons are there, I'm not just gonna watch one, I'm gonna watch all of that shit. So I have to
Yeah.
literally like fucking plan a day out where I'm just gonna binge all 3 parts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't just watch one and like,
Mhm.
oh, we all, I'll watch the next one whenever. No, I have to binge them all at once or I will lose my fucking mind.
I kind of
Fair.
do want to watch them all like binged because obviously I watch them in real time. So like I don't know, maybe I feel like sometimes I catch different things when you watch it back to back. Like, oh,
Mhm.
Hmm.
that was just in that scene that I did not remember because I watched it a week apart last time.
That's why I've
Definitely.
been so slow about Stranger Things because it's like I don't want it all to go away and then bitch,
Right.
I have nothing else to watch.
That's exactly what
See,
happened when I
that's me
watched
right now.
You. I watched
Yeah.
all the season. I binged You, and then it was over, and I was like, fuck. I have to wait like a whole nother year, maybe even longer for this shit.
Right.
Yeah, all those tweets about like waiting for season 4 for like 2-3 years just to watch it in like one day. That was pretty
Yeah.
much me. I started it at like 3 p.m. Sunday, and then if I didn't have to work the next day, I would have finished it that night. But I had to work, and so I was like watching it at work while I could. And when I got home, I finished it, and I was like, fuck. And I was like complaining to my boyfriend. I was like, Dan, I shouldn't have watched it so fast. He's like, you do this every time though. And I was like,
And what
I
about
have
it?
to know what happens.
What about
But I was like, everyone was spoiling it. I wasn't even gonna watch it yet, and then
Don't
I
tell
saw
me
a
how to
fucking
live my
tweet
life.
about it, and I was like, start.
Exactly.
I'm not having this shit spoiled for me.
No, it's like a pressure nowadays that you have to, if you're on social media, you have to watch new shit.
I
Because
swear
that
to
shit's gonna
God,
get
or
Immediately.
everybody's fault.
Watch it before they start spoiling it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like season 4 of Stranger Things, I'm like, well, fuck. Now I have to fucking watch it like right now because it's already getting spoiled for me.
Yeah.
Even my
Literally-
friend who hasn't watched it messaged me and was like, "What is this scene about?" And I was like, "Bitch, watch the show," but she saw it on fucking TikTok.
I literally, what was I gonna say? This is irrelevant, but for like Star Wars fans, Obi-Wan, that shit is spoiled the motherfucking day of. And I'm like, all you Marvel fans learned how to shut the fuck up for Spider-Man for a hot second. Do the same for everything else. Keep that same energy. It was so, and everyone was so good about Batman. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
yes.
hell? Like, be quiet.
People are like not as forgiving when it comes to TV shows. I feel like they're like, well, it's all on there
Yeah.
and it's at home.
Yeah,
Not everyone
let me
can
just
just
say,
watch it.
Well,
Oh,
Scream
definitely.
5. People were spoiling like early screenings of
Yep.
Scream 5. Like I had to
Mm-mm.
pretty much all of my horror groups on Facebook when Scream 5 came out because I
that's so
saw
musty.
spoiler alert for Scream 5. Just
I don't
putting
even
it out
read
there 'cause
spoiler alert.
I'm favorite. I saw like a meme in this horror group I was in of like the male killer,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, your first instinct the moment you see that movie is to go home and make a meme and post it on a popular horror page. I was so pissed.
I don't blame you.
Really, like I waited so long for this movie, and you're gonna go to an early screening and spoil it for everybody that hasn't had the opportunity.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Yep.
So my text for Black Phone, I'm gonna just run down the whole.
Something that hasn't
You
even
want to get
came out.
blocked? You want to get blocked? I'm
Getting
scared.
This is our
booted
last
out of the
stream.
group, girl.
She's gonna be like, "Here's the review." Blocked. Can't hear it. Can't
Blocked.
see it.
The last
See
we
when
hear from
my eyes are
Victoria. No, I feel like, and it's really annoying when people are like, "Well, then just stay off social media." It's like, no. I
Girl.
think people should just have
No,
some
literally.
courtesy.
Yeah.
No.
Just be nice. Just
Okay.
fucking don't.
How about that?
Wait. Literally, like, whenever I watch a new movie, like, I'll say if I liked it or not, and that's it. Like, when Halloween comes out, I literally said, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
That raised so many questions for people. Are like, what do you mean? I was like, man, I don't want to say anything. And I
Right,
waited
you're being respectful.
for months to even like with Scream, like, I waited for months to, like, openly talk about it. Even now, I'm still, like,
I don't think
nervous. I'm like,
talked about who the killers are publicly.
Even fucking Skeet Ulrich, like the day it came out, he was posting pictures of Billy.
I will
Giving
vouch
Jamie
for
Lee
that.
Curtis in Halloween Kills before
Yeah.
the movie was even out.
no, what fucking Jack Quaid was posting, which it was like, it wasn't like ending stuff, but it was still stuff that happened in the movie, and I was like, hey, you're
Shit, look at
lucky.
Jamie
I've
Lee
seen this
Curtis.
already.
We already know
Yeah,
what
Jamie
happens
Lee
and Halloween
Curtis.
ends like fucking 2 years before it was even filmed.
No, for real.
Hopefully this year it'll be better. It's just annoying. Don't tell me to stay off social media.
Yeah,
Just
for
don't fucking
Halloween.
post it.
I don't even know. I'm probably gonna watch the first. We should do like a trailer reaction or something with Flopbuster to the trailer reaction. Fuck. To the trailer. What are words?
I'm down.
Wait, this post.
I'm down.
I'm
And
down.
then I won't watch it
I
again.
watched Jamie Lee Curtis on Instagram after she spoiled her. Listen, that dumb bitch. Listen, I want to know who the fuck let her post the picture and spoiled it. Like, what is, and literally, I'll never forget, and I will vouch for this. The Scream team literally fucking shaded the shit out of Halloween Kills because of their shitty marketing. And it is the truth. She really said, I gotta go.
Well, I'm still here.
She's going to block Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie
I'm
Lee
blocking
Curtis
her
just
now.
don't give a fuck.
But
really does
I'm just
not.
like, why would you do that? Like, I would have blocked. I suddenly, you know what? Maybe I should block her when Halloween Ends comes out, because also too in the and no, not the trailer, the interview, she's like, yeah, by the way, I'm being killed off. Great.
Yeah.
I'm glad we know. But why'd you have to fucking say anything?
It's like
now
she
I have to.
Whenever she comes back to Halloween, it's like she regrets it. She would only do Resurrection if she could get killed off, and now she's like 3 movies in. She's like, you know what? Get me out.
I'm literally like, you're literally bringing your racks back in, so like, relax on the spoils.
Like, she could have said that in an interview after the movie came out, even like
that's
a week
what I'm
after
fucking
it came
saying.
out.
Like, she could have been like,
I chose it. Like, don't get mad about the ending because I wanted it. I asked for it, but no, she's like, oh, by the way,
no, literally, she could have just
movie.
Yeah.
Movie's not even started promo yet.
No.
Has
not like, started fucking filming yet. And she's like, by the way,
she's a roach for that one. Okay? A roach. Because listen, I know fucking Lori and your bestie's all finna die. That's fine. You could have waited until after the movie. You could have waited, because now I'm gonna sit in my chair. I'm gonna be like, when is she getting killed off?
Yeah, no, literally the whole time.
Literally, and it's gonna ruin the whole time, because I'm gonna be sitting there hyperventilating, under boob sweat type shit.
That's when you tuck your shirt.
Waiting.
Swear to God. Swear to God. No, for real though.
All right. Mia, do you have a favorite?
Coming off of that, I'll go Gerald's Game. I'll do another Stephen King.
I'm down.
And
my friend again.
Yeah. He's the Netflix king.
I know.
He really is.
But Gerald's Game, I love me a psychological movie. I think the help me out with the actor name. Victoria, your Miss Actress names.
I'm running.
She's in Mike Flanagan's series.
Running?
She's in
the background.
She's in Haunting of Hill House. I know that for sure.
Carla Gugino.
Yes.
Bruce Greenwood.
I love her. Love
Henry
her.
Thomas. Kate Siegel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone's in the movie.
She was in the movie.
I'm sure she was at one point.
She plays the mom.
No. Talk about it.
Hell no.
But I think the premise of that movie is very unique, even though, Stephen King came up with it. But I love how it was adapted nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
That dog scene really fucked me up. That was disgusting.
Period.
I didn't watch
it. But also, I know I need to rewatch it too. It's been a minute. But I remember watching that and I'm just thinking, oh, she's like, stuck to a bed and she's just like, doing everything. No, she like has a full fucking come to Jesus like review of life while she's sitting there on that bed. And it was just whack, but it was so good. I love whack movies, if you can't tell already. But
it's on our last stream. We love whack movies.
I love me some whack ass movies.
Yes.
Dude, yeah. I watched Gerald's Game this year for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it. I think it was my dad's death anniversary, because I also watched Cherry Falls that day, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Gerald's Game. I've been meaning to. So I did, and I was like, holy shit, this is really good. Because like going into it, I obviously knew she gets handcuffed and she's stuck, but that's all I knew about it. Whenever you see the guy stand back up, I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it's like not real. No, literally, I was like, excuse me? But then when it pans back up, he's on the floor.
Saw moment. I was like, Tobin Bell, bitch.
Excuse me?
Did you just saw me?
The movie was so much darker than I thought it was going to be, because it goes into her background and like the story with her dad, and I was just like, oh fuck, that's not what I was expecting this movie to be. And also, I think I said this before, and I know I tweeted about it. I struggled so bad because I watched Girls Game before I watched Haunting of Hill House,
Okay.
and I really struggled because the main lady, or like the mom from Hill House, and the main lady in Girls Game, her dad is the guy that plays her husband in
Yeah.
Hill
Okay.
House, and so whenever I would watch them together on screen, I was like, ugh, like it really made me feel gross. Like if they weren't on screen together, I was fine. But as soon as they were together, I was like, I know
Gross.
what you
No.
did in the other movie. I know what you did, you nasty. So that really made it like kind of hard. I kind of wish I watched Hill House before I watched Gerald's Game, but still, it was
Yeah.
great. The ending was fucking crazy. I was like, who the hell is this Moon Man? What is going on? What the hell? But I really enjoy that movie a lot, and I really want to read the book because I have not, but I really want to, especially after watching the movie and
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
enjoying it as much as I did.
I always think when it comes to Stephen King, the books always tend to be a little bit better. That's how I felt about The Mist. Like I felt like the book was like way more fucked up than the film. So I say read it. The Shining freaked me out a little bit more in the book than the film itself.
I've only read Pet Cemetery so far, and
Okay.
I've read like some of it, but I
Yeah,
read Pet Cemetery, and like Pet Cemetery fucked me up, even though like
absolutely.
I've seen the movie so many times. I knew like Judd's wife was included in the book and stuff, but oh my god, I sat on my porch crying for like 2 hours. Because like as I was reading the end, I was like sobbing. I couldn't really see the book that well. I had to like keep wiping my eyes. It was just so sad. But I
Yeah.
feel like his stories are just hard to like translate usually for like
Right.
screen, because it's just
Yeah.
so out there. And I think it's kind of like it really takes like you have to open your mind to some of the stuff he puts out there, and it's not always, I guess, interpreted the best for film.
Yeah.
Oh
I just
yeah.
feel like he's
Absolutely.
one of those writers that's like the book is probably always going to be better just because
Yeah.
Stephen King.
Absolutely.
Byron said, what did you girls think of the first Babysitter movie?
I
Haven't
loved
seen
it.
That's on my list.
Same here. Same here. The first one and the
Love
second
it.
I
one.
am petty and have not watched it because I'm not a fan of Bella Thorne.
But dude, honestly
She's
though,
dead.
she's kind of
I don't
funny in the
know,
movie.
like there's this one movie I watched, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like she plays like this psycho ex-girlfriend that like I think she tries to like kill him at one point because she
Oh,
like finds a new girlfriend.
isn't it called
And
You Get Me or something like that?
I think so,
'Cause I
yes.
watched that one when it came out. It
And
wasn't bad
I don't know, she just annoyed the shit out of me in that movie, and I was like, I don't want to watch another horror movie with her in it.
You're done.
Honestly though,
I
like
just,
she is in it, but like she's not like a huge character, and she's pretty funny in it because she's
Yeah.
just playing this like young hot cheerleader type,
Yeah.
and there's always something going on with her, like her boob and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Samara Weaving,
Yeah, I was gonna say I think she's in it, right?
Yeah.
she's amazing. Not in it that much in the second one, unfortunately, but the first one,
Yep.
fantastic.
I've heard really good things about it in general. I've been
Yeah.
thinking about watching it.
It's another one of those like teen sort of feeling like horror
Yep.
movies. Very like it's like light but still like brutal,
Right.
but
Yep.
it's really like lighthearted. And I really like Killer Queen as well. The second one has Jenna Ortega, which great addition to the cast. But they're both very like pop inspired, sort of
Mm-hmm.
pop culture-ish. But if you like those sort of movies, I think you'll have
Right.
fun. Just
Agreed.
forget it's Bella Thorne.
Yeah.
It's someone else.
All right.
Who's next?
Who's next?
I lost track.
Oh yeah, Victoria.
Yeah.
So the one I'm gonna say I think is one of Netflix's most slept on originals. I'm really hoping someone that's watching has seen it, or maybe one of you guys actually.
Oh, I'm listening.
It came out, I believe, in 2020. Yes, 2020. It's called The Devil All the Time, and Netflix did not really promote it too much. It was on the front page for like a day or two. I feel like maybe a week.
That's
It's
Tom Holland, right?
Tom Holland,
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, Jason
Uh-huh.
Clarke, Sebastian Stan. Like, it's got an amazing cast. Like, I really hope someone's seen it in the chat. I'm gonna talk about it anyways.
Yeah.
I've been meaning
It's
to.
Southern Gothic. It takes place post World War II to through the 1960s. It's another one about religion. I feel like every movie I've said tonight,
No, that's
um,
okay.
religion in it. But basically, it's like religion in this one is shown in a lot of different ways. It's either, for solace, they're using it, using their power of authority to take advantage of people. And I'm going to give a trigger warning for anyone who wants to watch this movie. Suicide, sexual assault, and it's definitely like pedophilia, sexual assault. You don't see it, but it's extremely implied. Um, so it's a very dark film. It's got really heavy undertones, and again, the religion. So if something that does upset you, this one is gonna upset you in
Absolutely.
certain times. So basically, Bill Skarsgård is playing this character who is the one that's trying to find solace in his PTSD because he was a World War II soldier. Just trying to find anything that's gonna make him feel better.
Yeah.
Tom Holland plays his son grown up who has to navigate through the things he's gone through as a child because he does have a very traumatic childhood. So his form of religion is kind of like he's not really sure where he stands. And there's a
Right.
lot of divine intervention when it comes to his character, even without him realizing it. There's a lot of near death, near terrible situations. Robert Pattinson plays a really fucked up priest, and he is the one that commits the sexual assault on people. And he plays
Really?
He's a priest.
is insane. He plays it so well. As much as the character is a terrible person, he plays it extremely well. And just again, that's the situation of people using their religion to for bad. Like you think you have this authority, so you're using it against, these young girls, young people,
Yeah.
things like that. All these characters sin all the time, but again, they are extremely religious, so they don't always think that they're sinning. And the whole
Right.
thing with the title is basically based on Bill Skarsgård. This whole thing is because of everything he's seen, he swears he sees the devil all the time, and that's kind of the situation with a lot of these characters. Like Sebastian Stan is also a corrupt cop, I believe. I don't know if I forget exactly what he did, but he's corrupt cop and for the town, another small town. What am I thinking here? Yeah, it's a lot. Jason Clarke plays this murderer. He's a photographer. Like again, this is also another case of kind of sexual assault because him and his wife, she's kind of reluctant to be doing these kind of things, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's let me collect my thoughts. I'm having trouble. Has anyone else seen it? First of all, have any of you seen it? All right.
No.
I've been
But
meaning
I'm
to
intrigued.
for a long time.
Yeah. It's like a lot of storylines that do all connect in the end as well.
Okay.
It seems like Tom Holland is really good in it, actually.
I was about to ask, how am I gonna say this without it sounding weird? Would you recommend it as much as Midnight Mass?
Oh yeah, if
Right.
not more than Midnight Mass, even.
Damn.
Okay.
Just a movie, so you can just finish it in one go.
Okay.
I don't think it's very long either. It's not. I think it's 2
No.
hours or like just under 2 hours.
Okay.
All right, here's Tony next to me. He's left a comment.
Devil All the Time is so good and so fucked up. It's darkly funny, weird, and so slept on. All right. Well, I got plans.
I give a trigger warning because I feel like I should just in case.
Absolutely.
But the aren't like graphic and in your face, and you are definitely going to get triggered if you watch this movie type scenes. Like it's handled well. It's handled in a way that is not too upsetting. So, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, that's just me. But again, I like to give the trigger warning just in case. And
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
the religious side of it isn't like Midnight Mass. So
Okay.
I think it is doable for people who do have like religious trauma or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, really good cast, and that's why I'm like, it's one of Netflix's most slept on, unpromoted movies.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. I mean, again, it was 2020. That was probably part of it.
Yeah.
But like, come on, y'all.
Period. I guess we'll go. How do we feel on doing one more round?
I think I have one more written down. I think I can talk about.
I'm gonna go with The Guilty by Jake Gyllenhaal. With Jake Gyllenhaal.
He did
So
it too.
pretty much he works as a 911 person that answers the phone calls, and pretty much there's an abduction going on, and he had a really bad fallout with his marriage, and pretty much it's affecting his work, but he gets really invested with this abduction, like pretty much trying to solve the whole thing. The girl gets a hold of a phone, without spoiling. So pretty much the whole film, I will put out there, he is on a phone, which is kind of frustrating, um, because I wanted more. But the only reason why I'm recommending it is just because Jake Gyllenhaal is just really good when it comes to like fucked up emotions. I feel like whenever he's in like those
Nightcrawler.
kind of movies, I was just about to say like Nightcrawler. If you like Nightcrawler, I say watch The Guilty. Is it that level? No, but it's just the character he portrays that makes it worth it. So that one is a Netflix original, and that is my last one for the night. But yeah,
I actually have
so
a question.
yeah.
I think I forgot the name of it. I think it's like The Call or something. It has Holly Berry.
Call.
Yes, it's just like that.
I love
Yes,
that movie.
it's pretty much a ripoff, but a little bit more intense. That's the best way I would compare it to. So if you've seen The Call, then I would check it out if you liked it. But yeah, that's a good comparison. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, super confined. He's just literally at the desk or like in another room right
Yep.
behind him. It's not like in the call how she does leave, you know, she like actually goes out. He
Mhm.
stays like the whole time. But it's like there's some stuff in there I was like, oh fuck. Like I
Yeah.
was not
Yeah.
expecting that. That
No,
movie was pretty
absolutely.
good. I was really excited for that one. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh hell yes. And I think I watched it like the first day it was like added. I was like, okay, I like that. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay,
Yes.
my last one I want to mention. Oh, since we already kind of mentioned like Hill House a little bit, because like I feel like attention for like Hill House and Blind Manor, like it deserves it. But we already kind of mentioned
Absolutely.
those a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Little Evil, which I've already talked about.
Okay.
But this movie is so much fun. It's really like lighthearted, even though it's kind of like a take on like The Omen.
Okay.
Little boy, you have Adam Scott. He's playing like a stepdad into this new family, and the little boy like doesn't really like him, and he's like kind of creepy and like pretty weird, and he's trying to like be his stepdad and like try to be his friend and stuff, and it's really sweet. Like the ending is actually super sweet because it does have he like is like the devil basically, but it's like the way it plays out. It's super sweet. It's really funny. It's definitely like a super lighthearted sort of movie. Like there's no like nothing like too crazy, but it's just a lot of fun. I watched it one night and I couldn't stop laughing. I think all the characters are a lot of fun, and it's like one of those things. It reminds me of like Grown Ups in a way. You know how it's like all about like the parents and stuff. Like there's a parent friend group, and they're a lot of fun. They all make me laugh, and they're like I think it was all dads. And so you
Okay.
just get to see all these dads like interacting and stuff. But it's a really good movie. Adam Scott, I mean, come on now, amazing. But it's a really fun, just easy watch movie, and just really, really sweet at the end. I think I did cry. I think I did, but like cried because I was like, oh my god, like that's cute. So yeah,
Yeah.
if
Period.
you like those
Okay.
sort of movies, I'm gonna cry at like anything. That's my thing.
Oh yeah,
Cry.
better. If
Real
I'm a
life though, literally in real life, someone could be like, my dog died, and I'd be like, oh, that sucks. But I'm like, I'm
oh, that
sorry.
sucks.
But then whenever I watch it, I could watch a fucking commercial about something. I remember I watched an ad for something, and I was bawling my eyes out by the end of the ad. I was like, what's
Them
wrong with
Sarah
me?
McLaughlin
Oh
fucking
my god.
commercials can go fuck
Before
itself.
before we
I
move on
will run.
to move on because we're getting to an hour and a half. But speaking of sad ads, and you're talking about a dog dying, there was this ad in like 2017 where there's this person that's or no, there's this kid and like all day he's like pestering his father. It's either the mom or the dad, I can't remember. Pestering the parent to like play with them, eat like feed me, do all this thing. And eventually like the parents ignoring them and they're get like just, getting frustrated. So eventually it shows the parent taking the kid, getting into a car, driving off somewhere, taking the kid out and then leaving it behind. but
Man.
as it looks in the rearview mirror is a dog.
Stop.
They're saying you wouldn't do that to your child, so why would you? Like, it's basically like,
Yeah.
your animals. They're like a commitment. Oh my god, my friend showed it to me at school because I was in makeup school at the time, and I was inconsolable. I was like, why would you show me this?
I would
That's-
be so mad.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever feel like you need to cry and you actually want to
No,
torture
ma'am.
yourself,
I
it
will
up, but-
yeet.
I will throw up.
Dude, another commercial. Now that we're talking about like commercials, the one for like the school shooting.
Oh my god.
There's like two of them that come to mind, but it's the one where progressively it keeps getting worse and stuff, and that it's like, oh, like a backpack.
Yep,
for,
I
like,
got new
shield.
shoes for running.
Yeah, like yes, and like I'm so glad I got my first phone to tell her mom that she's probably about to die. I was like, oh my god. And there's the other one where all this stuff is happening in the background with like we watched this in high school. I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I was already nervous as fuck in high school about that. We watched the trailers. I was like, eyes on everyone in this fucking room. Anyways, Mia.
I did talk about Blood Red Sky, I think last stream, so I'll go with The Perfection. I know Des just watched it yesterday for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That movie's probably my favorite Netflix original movie because I'm a sucker for psychological movies, first of all. Everybody knows that. But it's like, it is trauma-based. It has, it includes like sexual assault, childhood trauma, everything that could possibly go wrong in childhood probably happened to this girl. And, but at some points, it's psychological, but it has logic behind it. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, Tess, the bus scene. Because you're like,
let me tell you what, that scene is insane.
Yes. I was like freaking out when I watched
that.
It's very anxiety inducing. Because I was watching it and I'm like, oh fuck. And then they like reveal like what was actually happening. I'm like, dude, that's like even scarier to a point because somebody else was doing that to her, not to give too much away. But
no, you guys describe us, I'm like, why did she do that? It's so
need to watch
it. You haven't seen it, right?
No.
Girl,
okay, I
definitely watch it.
First of all, that was the first day I heard of it, so y'all can get off my booty.
Can you like I want to say something, but it's like a little bit of a spoiler and I don't want you to hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute my computer. Just like wave to me when I can unmute, okay?
Okay.
And now I can't hear.
Okay, cool. Okay, so spoiler warning. Whenever I was watching it, it was like, when you watch something and you kind of pick up on something, but you don't even think about it. Like there was the pills, and she gives me the pills. I was like, those are weird looking. Like
I know.
Pills. Yeah. But I was just like, oh, like whatever. Then you find out what it actually is, or like there's this shot, and I was like, that it really looks like she's wearing a wig.
Yeah.
She is, and I was like, damn. But that movie was crazy because like I thought it was gonna play out one way, and then I was like, oh, it's not. But then it was, but then again, it's not. And so it was really like back and forth. Because like I didn't look up anything about the movie, but yeah. Victoria, look.
I don't know if it's just like the school thing because she's in like a music school, but I watched Suspiria like a year or two after I watched.
Is there a lag or?
Yeah, there's like an echo.
Talk again.
Hello.
I don't think I hear it anymore.
Switch it right to the mic.
It's good. But
hello.
I get major Suspiria vibes from that movie now.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's just because like the whole school, like elite, school program, whatever. But
yeah.
But I think the two films definitely have some similarities.
True that.
Really crazy movie. I'm glad I watched it. I watched it because I knew it was one of your favorites. I was like, out of all of them that I do want to watch and I can't fit them all in, I was like, I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm glad I did. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yes, girl.
All right, my last one.
Go ahead, Queen.
I believe I never thought of sooner, and I didn't know. No one mentioned it. I don't know. Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder.
I didn't even think about that.
Me neither. I was like, I had a different one on my list, but as you guys were talking, I'm like, okay, let me find a different one because I don't want to talk about this one. Army of the Dead. I can't remember if it's exactly a follow up to Dawn of the Dead, whether it takes place in the same universe or not, but it is very good. Ow, my cap is cramping. Dave Bautista's in it. There's quite a good cast in it. Her name is blanking on me right now, but she's in that show Yellow Jackets as well, young girl. It's basically like the apocalypse takes Las Vegas. There's like zombie tigers, smart zombies. Like it's like exact like if I was in this apocalypse, I would be dead. These people have too much will to live in a world like this. Give up. There's zombie tigers. Why do you want to be alive?
True.
I don't agree with this,
Honestly.
but you're canceled.
Army of the
Yeah,
Dead
Send
is
back your
overrated
autograph.
to me. Okay, that's
It's a
I
fun
can
one.
see.
Zack Snyder did Dawn of the Dead. I don't know if you guys saw that one, the 2004 one, but
Yes.
obviously it's really good.
I did
so.
watch that.
This one's fun. I don't know. I like it. I was gonna
Period.
maybe talk about Abducted in Plain Sight before I decided on this one. I don't know
Bro,
if you guys
don't even get me fucking
Like,
started. I was gonna write
that
it down.
one.
Yes.
Oh, you got kidnapped twice.
And both of the
Who's
parents were sleeping with.
I swear to fucking God. Swear to
After
fucking.
they fucking after the first time he kidnapped their daughter, they were like, you know what? I'm still gonna sleep with
He's
you.
a good man.
What?
How could you even tell the story? How could you sit down and tell the story?
I'd
Like,
be so embarrassed. I had
Dude.
such bad secondhand embarrassment watching that.
yes.
Might as well.
All right, for real though, you guys need to watch the John Wayne Gacy tapes.
Mm-hmm.
You need to.
Yeah, I did not.
So it's 60 hours? Yes, 60 hours or 60 minutes. I can't remember. That they got of tapes of John Wayne Gacy speaking,
Oh.
and they've
The series was 60 hours. I'm like, I ain't
I
watching
bet-
all that winter.
no, ignore my dumbass.
I was
I
like,
said 60 hours. No.
I ain't
Anywho,
watching all that, girl. Sorry.
no, there's only four episodes.
Okay.
okay.
But it got multiple hours of John Wayne Gacy tapes that have never been discovered. So you can hear him literally breaking down his own murders and why he did it, and stuff like that. And he would go in detail, not so much about, RAPE, the boys, but like his own personal issues. So I really recommend it. It's out there. I'm gonna recommend it, but like I feel like that is the most in-depth serial killer tape that has ever come out for Netflix, and Netflix comes out with bangers when it comes to the serial killer side. But the John Wayne Gacy tapes, it completely knocks everything else out of the water, just because like hearing him talk is literally like, and he talks up until his execution. So he talks pretty much majority of the series, but you want to watch something crazy, watch that. It's intense.
I don't think this is a Netflix original, but have you watched? It's like a short series for Scott Peterson.
Never heard of it.
I think it's on Hulu, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe on Netflix. I don't know. One of them. But that's also a really good one. I knew about the case prior. I knew all the details, but that documentary actually had like quite a few. Oh, while we're on, I got another Netflix true crime doc original.
Go
and
ahead,
it's
girl.
The one about Chris Watts.
I knew it.
Not to get the fiery,
Yeah.
shit.
I was like, if she doesn't say this one, I'm going to say it after this.
Yes.
Watch that when I went home last year before I went to school. I went home, and the lady, I was sitting on the end, the lady in the middle, she was like, did he do it? Like, she was watching it with me. I like turned on the subtitles. I'm like,
There you go.
When you were talking about don't fuck with cats and that woman's mom, I was like, this reminds me of Chris Watts' parents right there.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Because like that man said, hey, I killed my wife, I killed my 2 kids. But the
They
mom's
said that.
like, he didn't do it. My sweet little son would never do that.
And also too, I'm sorry, but why in the courtroom would you say we forgive you, son? Fuck him. Like, what the hell? There is no.
Yeah.
Not
Why do
your
you have
place
to
to
forgive
forgive.
him?
Yeah.
Unrelated to you. The kids don't count. Like, they're not related to you. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
like, oh, you forgive your son for killing somebody else's daughter.
Yeah.
Not your place.
Children.
Men deserve
Read the
nothing.
fucking room.
Uh-huh. No, for real.
I would fight that man.
Yeah.
Don't get me fucking started on him.
He makes me mad.
Same.
He makes my blood boil. Like, I would.
I'm gonna beat his ass. Like,
On sight.
She said it first. She said it first. She's gonna beat his ass.
I'll do it again.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This was a lit stream. I was here for this. This was great.
I'm glad you were. Just imagine she's like, this kind of sucked.
This was
Oh my god, no,
Worst
no,
stream
it went
yet.
really good. It went really good and really smooth. I'm happy.
Winter,
upcoming.
you kind of look like Snow White.
Yep.
But like blonde.
With the red lips.
Snow White, but blonde. Yes, that red is so good on your skin.
Thanks, bitch.
On your
It's
skin.
Morphe.
Okay, with your skin color is what I meant to say. But
Much
it's
love.
giving Snow White vibes. I love it.
Period. Period. Victoria's giving us. Give me some of that sun.
Oh,
Give me it. Give me it.
where you can't see it because I have
I
my
look
shirt.
like Casper.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing in Illinois.
It's ass here. It is ass. And you lived
Yeah.
here, and now you know it fucking sucks. Have a great night, ladies. 13 days. Get ready.
We're
I'm
gonna be.
fuck you up.
We will destroy
Take that
you.
screen cap and quote it. That's the ad. Fuck you up.
I will fuck
We're
you
gonna
up.
be
You up.
trivia night against Flatbuster and Good Real Hunting. 4 of us versus 4 of them. Tony's here with me in this room to hear me talk shit, so I'm just saying we're gonna win.
I'm also
Yeah.
scared of your fiance. I'm not gonna lie. His knowledge scares me. I told Brett that.
It scares me.
I'm
No,
like,
No,
I was
literally-
watching, I was watching
Yeah.
one between like Tony and Gabe, and I'm like, what?
No, literally,
the fuck?
I
I
know.
would've
I was like,
lost
oh.
so hard.
He literally puts everybody in the water, and I'm like, what fucking brain do you have? Because he has so much knowledge from films, and it's
and
not
he
a bad thing.
articulates
Yes.
so well. Like the way he talks is so well. And then I get on here and I'm just like, derp, 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 derp.
I'm like, it
Couldn't
was a
get out a sentence.
Yeah.
Like, you could
Yeah.
ask me about a movie I just saw like 2 years ago, and I could be like, I remember maybe 10 minutes of it.
yeah,
Yeah. No.
I-
No. No.
that movie.
No.
I'm
you're
gonna
right.
watch
So,
every demonic movie ever made in these 2 weeks.
I'm gonna have to. We gotta compare notes over FaceTime or something and be like, okay, who knows the answer?
Who's
to all
watching what movie?
We're gonna
Whatever.
write down all the
For real.
facts. We're gonna take some Cornell notes.
Yes. Oh my god.
No,
Yes,
you're
I'll hook
right.
you up. That is my middle name. I'll get my birth certificate.
I'm not sure who's moderating though. Is the only thing. Someone will have to be a.
Who is it? Who was it? Oh, I think it's Brad is gonna be moderating because like Chris, that's on Good Will Hunting,
Right.
is gonna be in it. So I think Brad might be the moderator or Chris might be the moderator. So it's gonna
Something
be
like that.
one of the Good Will Hunting guys moderating, and then it'll be us four, and
It's
then
gonna
four.
be favoritism. He's on Good Real Hunting.
I know. Better
To
ask.
be fair, though, I was on his team for the last horror trivia, and we
Oh,
won.
yeah.
So
Man, you came out of the water with that one answer that was like,
The
what
fucking
weapon? Yep. I was like,
the
oh my god.
shears or whatever.
I
like,
can't
all through
believe
the
I
house
got
or
that. I
whatever?
was like, I've seen art for this, and he's holding like hedge things. I hope
Yep.
to God that was like the right movie, and thankfully I got it right.
No,
Makes
literally, I said I've never even heard of this movie. I have no idea. And then
Honestly,
I
though,
saw your answer. I was like, what? And it was right. I was like, damn.
All right.
She's like, never
What?
mind. Just say the
I've
Never
answer.
never
mind.
even seen the movie. That's like the funniest part of it.
No, you just know the
Said-
art.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a cool like cover, and it's kind of weird for a Christmas movie, but okay. Because like the people that said candy cane, I'm like, that's true. Like, why wouldn't you have like a sharpened candy cane as a weapon in a fucking Christmas movie? Why would you pick hedge clippers? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
So that's what
like
we'll be on June
pocket.
27th.
yes,
Yeah.
no Austria questions. Thank God, Brett.
One of my
All
favorite
right.
moments ever.
we are going to wrap it up here. Thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate it so much and all the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, please. And yeah. Anything
And
else
watch
you
Psycho
need? And watch what?
Psycho 2000.
Psycho 2005. You know the classic Psycho from
He said-
2005? I about threw my phone with that answer. I could not believe what I heard.
All right. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. And yeah,
Yes,
thank you so much
yes.
for tuning
Sounds good. Have a good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
in. Bye.
Good night.